today we're going to look at how a live band can make or break an artist's performance. And if it does kind of ruin the performance, I'll show you what changes would need to be made, how to enhance the artist's show when incorporating a band. So we're going to pay attention to this artist here. She is part of a competition show called No Cover by Sumerian Records. They are a record label holding this competition on YouTube, and they're doing the filming in LA. So this artist, for her audition song, is more of an electronic track, just playback. So let's see how she sounds. All right, I'd say decent performance. The track's decent. Her pitch is all right. It's not a mind-blowing performance, but it's definitely not bad. So I would move her on to the next round just to see how she does, because she does have potential. And she did make it to the wild card round in this competition. And for this performance, they teamed her up with a contestant that is doing more of like an acoustic type of song. So we're going to pay attention more to her pitch and her emotion on this one.
I hope it's someplace special.
Who am I without you?
You're still
All right, even just that little bit, I definitely prefer her more in this setting. Her pitch is better, her emotion's better. You feel more connected as a listener. I think the judges preferred her in this type of setting too. Kind of just showed off her skill set a little bit better. Now let's move to the semifinals, because she did make it to this one. And I don't know if it was the judges' recommendation or if it was her decision, but she added a live band for this semifinal round, and is not a house band on the show. It is a band she had to get together herself. So she said they had one rehearsal the night before the performance, because it's probably tight on like their filming schedule and everything. So let's see if adding a live band helped her or kind of hurt her. So let's check it out.
Remember when I stood up for you? All the games that we'd be playing, feel like we were chasing pavements. Careful who you choose. They tell me that the devil's in the room, but I don't really need much saving on those cold November nights. I know I'll be alright. It's so obvious I keep showing up. Now I'm bleeding love.
All right, there's already quite a few issues here, but before I get into it, let me fast forward to the chorus real quick, and we'll listen a little bit more.
So, round and round we go. We always make it out alive. Or is it that we're dreaming? Why can't we let it go? Don't go look.
All right, I was just laughing at Tosin Obasi's face, because he kind of had the same reaction that I'm having. You know, first time we saw her, was decent, you know, good potential. Second time, really liked her. Pitch was on point. Her emotion was there. This performance is just went totally downhill. So what's the problem? You know, why is she so off pitch? And what's going on? So they had one rehearsal, is what she said. And the band, they look like they've never played together before. So it's probably just friends she knew or just connections in the music industry. And they could be great players, and she could be a great singer, but right now it is not working. So one way to fix that because once she's off pitch at the beginning, she's just, there's really no going back. You're just kind of going downhill from there. So what I would do as a music director, first thing you want to do is the performance, even in the verse, feels awkward. It's kind of empty. The way she's singing is kind of awkward. You could tell she's not connected with the band. She's not connected with the music. So she's so used to playing with tracks. I would definitely put the tracks back in. You don't have to have all the guitars or all the bass in, but throw some 808s in there, maybe some extra synths in the verse, maybe some background vocals. You want a guide for her so she starts on pitch, whether it's a little chord or something going on, because she needs to be feeling comfortable and she needs to be on pitch, and then the band, does their thing too. But if she's not like killing it, the whole thing's kind of ruined. So that would help a ton. Add the tracks back in. You could take out the guitar if the guitar player's playing, etc. But tracks need to be there. It'll fill it up. It'll get her used to what she's doing. Even if she gets a little off pitch, if you have a little background vocals in there or some tracks she's used to hearing as a cue or a guide, she'll get back on pitch. So that is a huge number one. The band, they can be great players, maybe like interact a little bit more. I know they only had one rehearsal, but they're all like super focusing on what they do. The guitar player is kind of looking around smiling, but everyone else kind of just doing their thing. I know the judges, they're kind of having the same reaction, like what happened? Like, you got off pitch, and once you're kind of off pitch, it's kind of hard to get back on. But yeah, tracks for sure will help. Add some background vocals in there, some cues for her, because a band needs to enhance the performance. You don't want to add a whole band and pay these musicians to ruin your performance, So that's what I would say, especially starting off with only one rehearsal with a band that's never played together. If you have professionals now, like top of the line guys, they'll be able to get together and it'll sound like an album. It's fine. But more younger guys and girls like this, have some little like layers in there for them. Have some synths in the verses, some 808s going, even some maybe double guitars. You could have a bass player still play bass guitar while you have some synth bass or 808s going on. It's not just a bass guitar player and take out all the bass. So that's one thing that would enhance a lot. It'll help her stay on pitch. It'll make her feel more comfortable. That's kind of how I'd go about this. It won't, because right now everything's awkward, off pitch, what's going on. So I'd love to hear you guys, what your thoughts are, what you would do to kind of make this performance better. If you'd agree, like, yeah, I'd put some tracks back in, I'd put some background vocals in there, help her out. So let me know.